Far from the Dems losing political power and influence, it's always a good thing. The bigger picture, people can rationalize themselves not just out of office, not just out of popularity polls, but right into hell because of their motives. The road to hell, as they say, is paved with good intentions, even if the intentions themselves aren't good. If good intentions lead you to hell, well, what do bad intentions do? Everyone's great at rationalization, excusing our own bad behavior. I did it because of this, or I did it because of that. And since that's ultimately a good thing, well, what I did, what I said, it's okay. In fact, given the circumstances, my actions may have even been noble. That's how we talk to ourselves. But in the age of Commie-Dems' knee-jerk reaction to all things Trump, rationalizing, because that's what it is, has soared to unprecedented levels. On their seemingly eternal book-selling tour, authors Jake Tapper of the fake news network, CNN, and Alex Thompson of Axios, are the guys who teamed up to write the book. They sum up the rationalization of Joe Biden's inner circle regarding his decline and their cover-up of it.
They believed Joe Biden was the best position to beat Donald Trump. They believed Donald Trump was an existential threat to democracy. And if you believe those two things, it's very easy to rationalize the rest.
Ah, yes, of course, the old existential threat argument. Things are so bad that not only are my actions explainable, but I have a moral duty, therefore, to carry them out. It really is the ultimate rationalization. In the case of the Dems and Trump, this justifies and washes away a responsibility for anything and everything they did. They can attempt to assassinate him. They can lie about anything and everything, which they did. They can spy on his campaign. They can engage in lawfare. They can raid his home. They can go through Melania's underwear drawer. They can engage in the highest levels of cover-up. You name it. The only thing that matters is that Trump may not gain power. We must stop that. We got to shoot him, impeach him, sue him, indict him. Every last thing is not only permissible, but actually must be done because existential threat. You'll notice how much that term came into fashion under Biden and, a matter of fact, going back to the 2020 campaign. Everything was and is an existential threat. Climate change, white Christian nationalism, discrimination against transgenders and trans rights, the impending collapse of democracy, First Amendment freedoms, and the latest, of course, is due process. Deportations of illegal aliens as an existential threat to the freedom of every American. The most recent polling in it, the Dems got to be ready to throw themselves off a building. They are fading away in spectacular fashion. An approval rating, get this, of only 19%. They're in the teens. That's the lowest ever recorded level. That's just crazy. Meanwhile, Trump is at his highest number since being sworn in at 52%. All of this has got to be head smashing up against the wall for the Democrats. It's going to be crazy. Talk about the law of diminishing returns. When you keep plowing something into something, you're getting less and less out of it. That's what it is. The more they attack him, the stronger he gets. But you got to ask yourself, well, why is that? Eventually, isn't the team on offense usually the one that wins? Defense is bad. Well, it's actually kind of an easy answer. Rationalizing is only somewhat palatable by others when you are seen rationalizing as being at least have the semblance, the cover of being fair, even if you're misguided. People aren't going to punish you for it. They probably won't like it. Most people don't like it when people are obviously rationalizing. But, depending on how well you make your argument and what your circumstances and things are, they may be inclined to walk a mile in your shoes and at least understand your rationalization, even if they don't agree with it. But boy, oh boy, when you're double dealing, that's a no-go zone for people. The Jake Tapper, Alex Thompson duo there writing their book exposing the Dem lies as though they had nothing at all to do with it. That is an immediate turnoff. Remember this little gem from Jake Tapper, the guy who started the very fine people lie.
Have it? Okay, I'm being told we have it. Thank you. Run it, please.
Excuse me, to protest. Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you, and you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
That was President Trump saying that very fine people were marching alongside neo-Nazis and skinheads and white supremacists.
I've condemned neo-Nazis. I've condemned many different groups, but not all of those people were neo-Nazis. Believe me, not all of those people were white supremacists. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay?
This is a president who said there were, quote, very fine people on both sides in a Charlottesville neo-Nazi Klan march in Charlottesville, and his infamous reference to very fine people.
So the duplicity here of Tapper and Thompson pointing out in their book that Biden's inner circle rationalized their actions because of some crazy imagined existential threat by Trump, when Tapper himself did the exact same thing over and over and over again with the very fine people hoax and many other things, by the way, COVID, illegal immigration, you name it. You know, it's one reason you got to say that Tapper's CNN show now is down 45% among viewers in the last month. Ever since he started trotting out his book and that little pre-publicity tour they went on for, 4 or 5 days before the book actually got released. That's when the news was released from the Biden camp that, poor Uncle Joe has cancer. Yeah. People aren't tolerating the whole Tapper, false media, Democrat, woke, none of it. None of it. They're just not tolerating it. 19% approval rating. That looks sky high if you're a liberal in the media. So for the record here, not praising the right is far from perfect in the rationalization game. They're probably just as good at it as the Dems, but they're not taking it on the chin like they do because they've got Trump. But if you look at the rhinos, they're like Exhibit A in the Republican or the right-leaning world of rationalization. That said, the Dems are walking the plank with all of this. They are one step away from just falling off the plank and being eaten by the sharks. So the lesson to be learned here from this, the spiritual lesson, what is it? Because that's always the most important. Well, here it is. Far from the Dems losing political power and influence, it's always a good thing. The bigger picture, people can rationalize themselves not just out of office, not just out of popularity polls, but right into hell because of their motives. The road to hell, as they say, is paved with good intentions, even if the intentions themselves aren't good. If good intentions lead you to hell, well, what do bad intentions do? Coming to you from Houston, Texas, I'm Gary Michael Voris. God love you.